Good morning. Hello again, everybody. My name is Dale Dufay. I'm going to show right now, as many of you know, we're doing the stonework here, and I wanted to show you some of the techniques on how to butter it. Now, back when I first, learning how to do all this stuff, there was no videos to look at and things. It was back in the day. And the tradesmen didn't want to tell you their secrets. They called them trade secrets. So I had to learn on my own. Now the thing about this is exactly like doing tile inside the house. There's no difference. You're just outside. So it's basically the same. So this principle applies to indoor and outdoor. Now when you have something large like these stones, and as irregular as they are, you have to use a trowel like this. This is a 1/4 inch by 3/8 by 1/4 inch notch. Now, when I first did a job like this, not a particular job, it was a floor. I used a V-notch, small 3/8 inch V-notch trowel, because I figured, what's the difference? You're putting the glue on, there's glue, it makes no difference at all. Well, the next day, every tile came loose. And that was because it was required to use a trowel like this. And again, at the time, I thought, well, what's the difference, But I guess it does make a difference. And I'll demonstrate. Let's see, I'm trying to find a good piece I could do here. We could do this one right here. Okay, these small ones are kind of harder to butter. So maybe I should do a demo on a larger one just for demonstration purposes. Maybe I can put it down there. This is the large one, which is the bottom course anyway. So we're not real particular on colors and irregularities. You just grab the size you need and go with it. And I always try to straddle these joints. But see here, again, with the trowel, it's important to use this V-knot, this particular one for this product. And again, regular tiles inside. You make sure you get enough on there. Really, the proper way to do it is to float it out evenly and relatively thick. And then you come around. See, like if I plopped it on like that, it would stick initially, but it won't stay. It'll pull off. So the important thing is to run that, not see that. And I couldn't understand why that's important, but it has something to do with it folding into these air pockets here that we created with these grooves. And also, the wavier, the better. And you want to go horizontal with the piece. In other words, if the piece went this way, you'd go like that with it, whenever you can. So, and that's how you do it. And then you just simply put it on, and that's how you butter these stones and any tile this size. So, but anyway, that's something I had to learn on my own, and so I hope it helps you out if you have to, do a tile job or anything like this. And this adhesive is very similar to adhesive you'd use for tile, but this is like heavy duty because it's outside. So I hope you enjoyed that and got a little bit out of that, and I thank you for watching, and we'll talk at you later.